Okay, just trying to give you the full view up close of how bad I look. Yeah, just how deep these lines are, just so you've got an idea. And yeah, I've got, like I said, I've got bags under my eyes and really still working on my recovery at the moment is where I'm at. This is the stage I'm getting my health back currently, as I said, and recovering from the flu, which I've had virtually for 2 weeks, a cold and flu. It was pretty bad. I think it was stress, and obviously flying. Long distance flights can really take it out of you. And I feel like my voice is croaky. So long distance flights, you know, breathing that air for such a long period of time, that puts a lot of stress on your body. And also all the stress that I've been through with being displaced at the moment, because arriving back to Bali and not being able to live in my villa because it's unlivable, starting to look for a new place to live. I'm temporarily here at the moment. This is just a little local house. I'm going to move tomorrow into just a little guest house, and that'll be for the next couple of months. It'll be over Christmas, because I actually go home next month to Australia for a few weeks for tests and things like that. So yeah, this is my just a little update, and I'm going to get on with showing you how to do your Botox and mark out your Botox. Okay. Hello, how are you doing? Okay, I've marked out where I'm going to do this new round of Botox. I'm doing the same as what I did 3 months ago, and as you recall, I've got my little DIY beauty planner. Okay, so it's got your mapping of where, so I've mapped out where I marked out where I injected and did the two units of tox in each area. Now, this area that's marked out like that, that's the no-go zone, right? So that's why they're little squares there. But the little dots are where there's going to be 2 units put in, okay? I'm also going to do the same thing as what I did last time. It's a lot more tricky trying to do it here instead of my normal setup, but I am going to do just a couple of units. Yep. Maybe even only 1 unit in each spot here for crow's feet. I'm going to take you through reconstituting. I've marked out my dowel lines, the lines that really pull down the mouth and are quite aging. I've never toxed here before, and I'm going via Gorgeously Aging. Yeah, I'm going via Stacy from Gorgeously Aging, and you can find her over on Rumble. You'll get a lot more information than what I'll be able to give you. This is just a trial video of just what I'm doing. I don't recommend that you do it. It's something that you could probably suggest to your professional injector. that you wanted to try. This is just my diary of what I'm doing, and I'm going to give it a try, and you'll be able to see in a couple of weeks' time if it's made a difference on my aging face. But you can see how bulky I am here. And you can see I've marked, this is the lines, how I've marked, and this is what Stacy from Gorgeously Aging recommends, is doing those masseter. Not the masseter, the jowls, and just a little slightly around the neck, and this nose as well. I'm trying to make the faces. I've never injected here before, like I said, or my neck, so I'm giving it a go. The neck I'm not doing, I'm doing very superficially, just to just to smooth things out a little bit, just like doing a like Botox facelift, which is a lot lighter and it's more superficial, but it just gives yeah, just a little bit of. I've done the Barbie Botox before, which is these back neck muscles to relax them, and that does help a bit, and I may inject there. The reason why I'm trying Zero Tox, which I've never used before. This is all I could get hold of, so hence the reason that I'm trying this. I'm going to reconstitute this with some saline, and it really looks like there's nothing in there. But we will see. Yeah, it actually looks like there's nothing in there. Anyway, according to the instructions, and always follow the instructions, this is 100 units and 100 units. There's two instructions here. 100 units should be diluted with 2.5 mils. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to show you. I'm going to do that right now. Show you how. I have sterile water, saline for injecting. To reconstitute, I'm using a 3 mil syringe. It's a bigger one, just to reconstitute. And we withdraw up 3 mils. 2.5, sorry. Okay, I think we're on 2.5. Yes, 2.5 exactly. Okay. Let me just put the cap back on there for a second. I've already wiped my hands down with my 70% alcohol, but I'm going to do it again. Just to keep and make sure everything stays sterile, since I'm touching a few different things. We're just going to flip this lid off the tox. just a matter of getting underneath that plastic lid and then lifting it off, and then it comes off. Then we're going to take our needle and we are going to inject in the saline. So the aim is to hold the plunger back so it doesn't like rush in. And I do this with my peptides as well. It's really important to either hold the syringe needle at the side of the vial, so it doesn't rush in too fast. Okay, that's all of it in there. So we can just roll this around just to mix it. Let's recap that needle. Put your sharps in a sharps container. There we are. We just rotate this round to mix it. Now, unfortunately, I haven't tried this zero tox before. I'm hoping that it gives a good result, but I'm doing exactly the same as what I did. I used Wondertox. Yes, I used Wondertox last time. 2 units in each spot, 1 unit in the corner of the eyes. Right, total was 32 units. Okay, I find that it's easier to fill your needles and use the disposable syringes. These are insulin syringes, disposable, that are 0.5. So that's 50 units. That works out to be 50 units. Half a mil. Right, there they are here. These are much finer to work with and easier for doing Botox than your larger syringe. This is your 1 mil syringe. So compared to this one, you can see how this gives you much smaller little markings. It's a little bit easier to control to try and get your 2 units. Okay, so this I use for peptides and things like that, it's fine, but for your Botox you're better off using a smaller syringe that it is the 50 units, which is 0.5 mils, half a 1 mil syringe. Okay, so I'm going to fill these. So what I've got marked out is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that's 22 units there. So 10 units. Anyway, we're going to prime the syringe by just moving it up and down a little bit. So 4 units is to the 1 mark on your 4 units is to the 1 mark. There's the 1 mark on your syringe. Anyway, I'm going to do. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and inject. I can't inject on screen live for YouTube, so I'm going to say goodbye and then I'll come back when I'm done. All I'm doing is injecting this little needle into each little point just beside it, not right into the black mark, just beside it, and I am putting in 2 units, which is the 5 mark on the syringe. Okay, that's how much I'm putting in each spot. I'll come back when I've finished. Okay. Hi. Okay, update time. So, if you recall, I did a full Botox facial, including forehead. I did on the sides here to give a little lift. I did a little bit crow's feet. I did in the center here. I did these marionette lines, and I did just under the chin, and I did the neck. I did this full facial on the 21st of let me check. No, sorry, I did it on the 28th of October. So, and I used a Zero Tox. And I ended up using 100 units. So we're giving, so the update is, it is the 8th of November. So we're about 12 days, 13 days post, so nearly 2 weeks post treatment. And we want to give an update to what you think, if you think it worked. Personally, myself, I do think it worked, and I feel that it was definitely a beneficial treatment. It was 100 units, like I said, and I did 2 units in each spot, and I covered my forehead. I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Around about 18 units scattered across my forehead here where I had. So you can see I've still got a bit of movement up here. Trying to frown. Raise my eyes, frown. But yeah, a little bit of movement there. I think it's given a really nice lift on my eyes. So I did 2 units here in 2 spots. So I did end up with a slight bruise on this eyelid, which I've had the same experience before. I didn't inject anywhere near the eye, but this eye is really prone to bruising. So I think it has worked really well. Because 2 points here, 1 and 2 unit, no, 1 unit in each, sorry. And that's given a nice slight lift. The eyebrows, the forehead gives a bit of a lift, and I did 6 units in here, 3 spots, 2 units each spot. And down here I did around about 5 units. So a spot there, a spot there, spot there, spot there. I did a bit of extra on this side because this side was deeper. Yeah. I mean, whilst they are still there, and I don't know if putting more will make them completely go away, I just wanted to soften the effect of the marionette line. So let me know what you think, and if you think I've got no makeup on, I do have slight puffiness and slight bags under my eyes. This could be from my sleep lately, not sure. I do think it's kind of lightened the intenseness on my neck. It's softened. It's basically just softened the whole really deep, heavy effect that I was getting before. And that's the kind of effect we get, really deep, heavy effect on our muscles. Can look very gaunt, but I do think this has turned out quite good. It's not going to completely take away the sag, but I do think it's really lightened the effect in the area and the pressure from my muscles. It's just softened that effect. So yeah, this could be something that you want to tell your provider and that you think might be beneficial for you. I'm not sure. And yeah, see if your provider will do this Botox facial for you, which is more little blebs, tiny little blebs all over, more so all over. So I definitely did do here. I also did under the chin jaw here, and that's just given a nicer, just a nicer jawline, I think. So anyway, I'm giving you the after shot, and you can let me know what you think and if you think it's made an effect or not. Yeah. Okay. Bye.